Before we begin, I would like to invite our listeners to help support our podcast and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon of Vital Bioenergetics. By joining our Patreon, you are not only supporting the free content that we're producing, you will receive coupon codes, special offers, and inside information on the work that we're doing to help humanity raise their vibration to the next level. Please go to www.patreon.com/vitalbioenergetics and become a Patreon today. And now for today's podcast.
Welcome to High Vibes with your host, Bill G. At High Vibes, we're looking into what it means to be a fourth dimensional being in an ever-changing world. We hope that by listening to our podcast, you can feel a greater sense of peace and connection as we collectively raise our energetic vibration to the next level. And now for today's podcast. Hello and welcome to High Vibes. I'm Bill G and I'm here with your frequency upgrade for today. Just to remind you, a frequency upgrade is a form of Akashic dowsing that exists outside of space-time so that anyone listening to this upgrade will receive its benefits no matter where or when you choose to listen to it. How it works is that just before the podcast, I douse a program or condition that High Self decides that you, our listener, needs to hear, right now. I then provide you with some interpretation and some insights, and then we finish off with a brief meditation where we do the clearing work. So today's frequency upgrade, I'm calling Addicted to Drama, because the very interesting things that came up within the Akashic dowsing. Right off the top, we have from the Ascension charts a blocking construct called Imprint of Harm. So, what is a blocking construct? We did a show about this some time back. And a blocking construct is something that we believe in our incarnational experience that shapes and molds our experience here on the third dimensional plane. The goal is to overcome them or to recognize them as the illusion that they are. So, imprint of harm is the idea that we come here in this existence to experience either harming others or harming ourselves. So that's going to be kind of the theme here that we're going to be talking about. Next, we're moving on to the time temple. In this particular, the time temple chart number 2, which is looping dramas. And so again, this is why we're talking about addicted to drama here, or addicted to harm, because that's what's happening here. So the way that the looping dramas work, it works very much with the Chinese cosmology, which is the soul or consciousness's relationship with itself, and the dramas that are, again, anchoring it to the life lessons or the things that it needs to overcome in order to fully understand where it's coming from and what it needs to do to go to that next level of ascension. So how that works is we first figure out what you're experiencing right here in the moment, and then we try and figure out what is on the periphery of your consciousness that is trying to come in and tell you what's happening, kind of anchor in that drama, because our conscious awareness of the drama is not enough. We also have to know what's happening within the subconscious as well. So the soul plane involved in Chinese cosmology came up as other. We can go either one of two ways. We can either have more than one soul plane indicated, or it could tell us that the soul plane indicated is outside of the charts. And what we have here is it indicated outside of the charts. The permanent atom, or that balance point that we're trying to reach here, is will. And the drama is addictions. And the frequency is every 4 hours and the color is orange. So what is this telling us? The permanent atom of will is the ego, or one's volition, or that which drives you within this lifetime. So this is a very important thing that we need to consider. The drama of addictions. What are we addicted to? The frequency is every 4 hours. So my goodness, this is an addiction program connected to our motivation for even being here. This idea that we have a purpose here has to do with addiction. How about that? And it repeats itself every 4 hours. The color is orange, and this is very interesting too, because when orange is indicated, this is something that is coming in to teach us something, or this is something that we're using to help clear out our past karma. So we can interpret this as our addiction to all of this drama, or at least our attention to all this drama that we have in our lives, is about clearing away all of that drama that we experienced in all of our past lives up to this point in history, because we are so much trying to let go of all of that. And we do that by first paying attention to it. So what's happening in our subconscious, the anchoring drama, like we call it in the time temple charts? The soul plane is the Buddhic plane. The permanent atom is wisdom. The drama is abuse. And this occurs every single day. The Buddhic plane is the plane of the heart center, or the connection to not just the how of creation, but the why of creation. And the why and the how of creation is love. We love the creation. And we come here to this existence in order to experience that love, even when we are experiencing its most heavy and dramatic dramas that can possibly put out for us, because we come here to understand and appreciate the love that it took to create creation in the first place by experiencing its opposite. The permanent atom of wisdom here is the drawing together of all of these experiences to understand and see that contrast. We come here to experience the contrasts. And the drama of abuse. We're abusing our planet. We are abusing our consciousness. We're abusing the people around us. We're abusing the environment. We are abusing so much of our time here, but that abuse has purpose. And that purpose is to understand the opposite of love. So that way we can release it and truly appreciate it. I think this is really, really important here, because if we pay attention to the news at all, if we pay attention to the everything that is happening in the world, we can get so caught up, and we can forget why we came here in the first place. And the reason why we came here in the first place is to simply have experiences. Finally, we move on to the twin flame within. And the twin flame within is a very interesting protocol. I wish more people would learn how to use it. It is about the soul's relationship with itself in order to enable us to have a better relationship with everybody else in the world, and also to become more of a deliberate creator within our world. And what came up was the causal plane within Chinese cosmology. And that causal plane is the realm of thought, because we cannot take action, we cannot have emotion without first having a thought about what it is. And thought comes from the spark of creation. So the phrase that came up within the causal plane here is, at the spark of creation, where light creates pure love, its equal and opposite condition are also created. Again, that's a very interesting piece of wisdom coming in here, that when the world was created and when we have souls coming to this earth place with what we call the forgetting, with the amnesia that they are part of light, they are part of source, we have the potential to do great good, and we also have the potential of doing terrible evil. Equal and opposite condition is also created. So the key here is to bring into conscious awareness that we have this tendency to be addicted to drama. We have a tendency to be addicted to only seeing life through the lens of the glass being half empty rather than being half full. And so what we need to do is incorporate that into our conscious awareness, so that way we can look at the world with new eyes and see that it is truly a glorious place that we live in right now, no matter what kind of drama that is happening here, and just understanding that it is simply a process. It is a cleansing process to bring you out of your narrow idea of what is and isn't the greater good, and that you can really start to understand that is all simply a process, and you can appreciate the good in all of it. So now we're going to be moving on to the meditation portion of this podcast. So just relax, take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And think about, for a moment, everything that is going on with your morning or afternoon or evening. And think about what it is that you are spending your time and energy thinking about. Was there something in the news that is bothering you? Was it a particular drama of somebody that you worked with today? Or maybe it had just something to do with your work or your family. Maybe someone in your family is ill. And take that stock of how much of your energy are you devoting to these ideas and events that are outside of your current life experience. Think about it for a moment, about how the things that occupy our minds, the dramas that we choose to pay attention to, even dramas that we see in television programs or books that we're reading, fictions that we pay attention to, that we devote emotional and energetic time towards, that have absolutely nothing to do with our current perception of life experience. And now imagine all of that drama and what it is doing to your mind-body connection. The stress and what it is doing to your physical body. The time that you could be using to improving your life experience, being instead devoted to the harmful attention to things that have absolutely nothing to do to you. Now I'd like to also turn your awareness to why we pay attention to these things that have nothing to do with us. Do we pay attention to them because we somehow believe that our attention or our anger or our fear will make it somehow better? Or are you like the bystander at a train wreck who's just there to see the suffering, even though it is so far out of you, but you cannot turn away because the sight of suffering has an addictive quality to it? And do you find yourself thinking or watching or contemplating or reconstructing in your mind this drama every 4 hours? And we understand now, we're bringing this into conscious awareness, that the anchor of this is that we have a desire to suffer in a way because we want to experience the opposite of love and light and connection while we are in our incarnational bodies. Because when we are not in our incarnational bodies, the experience of love and light and creation comes so easily. It's only when we forget that we can concentrate on those negative aspects. So that way, when we are free of these corporeal bodies, you can appreciate more the love and the light of the Creator. We come here to experience life. We come here to also see the equal and opposite of love manifest in our everyday physical, corporeal existence. And now, my friend, with this clearing, you can let that go. You can take these ideas of these dramas that are outside of us, that you feel that you cannot turn away, and you can say, no, I will not tolerate that in my own consciousness anymore. I will consciously make an effort now to see the good in everyone. And even when we are faced with the most horrible drama we can possibly imagine, we can let that go too, understanding that the people who are experiencing that drama are doing so that they can also experience its opposite. And they may be further along the path than you are, or they can be far, far behind. Your will, your wisdom exists within you. And this is your journey. This is not anyone else's journey. It is not your job to push these people along. It is your job to expand your own consciousness, to experience creation in your own way, so that you can be one with the Creator while also being within your physical body. This is not going to be easy, and it's designed to not be easy. It's going to take conscious effort to see the good in everyone, to see the good in all of creation, and to accept that everything exists in order to provide us with a mirror of our own struggle along our incarnational path. Let us allow the clearing energy to permeate our soul, to let it penetrate the entire timeline from the moment we're born to this present moment all the way into the future. Every past life, every future life, all of existence exists in a 4-second interval of choice. Now take a deep, cleansing breath. Feel the joy of creation within your own body. And we will see you again next week. Adane. Thank you for listening. For more information about Bill and Nina G, please go to www.vitalbioenergetics.com. See you next time.